Well, it's been a long time since we rock and rolled. I am Dan Kingerski on the Pittsburgh Hockey Now and the National Hockey Now YouTube channel. In fact, the Penguins just got rocked. There was no roll as they lose to the New York Rangers 6-0 in the season opener. Where to begin on that? Don't overreact. Everybody be calm. Everybody be chill. But really, because so many of the lessons that should have been learned from last year seemed to not be learned. Let's start with the power play, which had a really good preseason. The Penguins had crisp puck movement, fast, aggressive, downhill play towards the net, which scrambled PKs, created open space and open men near the net, and created goals. Erik Karlsson gets healthy. They put him on power play 1 with Chris Letang. We thought we saw the last of that early last season when they finally busted that up. However, it was back like putting Steven Tyler and Mick Jagger on the front of the stage. You can have two great things, but that doesn't mean it's going to work. A team that looked hungry, a team that looked ready, was humbled like a JV team against a varsity roster. Hope and optimism became splat. And that, in the nutshell, was the Penguins' 6-0 loss. And just for good measure, the Penguins also gave up a short-handed goal. Vincent Trocheck scored a pair in the third period. One even strength, one short-handed. You know, just to remind the Penguins, they are this far away from the top of the Metro Division. Let's run down a little bit of the report card here in the post-game. I got a couple of questions on Twitter, and I suppose I can answer them throughout the course of the video with a couple of the other topics. But the one question, have I ever seen such a lopsided home opener? If there was one, I surely do not recall. Of course, I can't recall what I had for breakfast, but no, I don't remember anything quite as bad as we just witnessed on Wednesday night. By the way, it doesn't get any better on Thursday. The Detroit Red Wings understand their playoff push begins Thursday against the Penguins at Little Caesars Arena. They missed the playoffs last year. They had it in the palm of their hand, and they gave it away. They really have to take that step this season. The city is abuzz with Tigers playoff games. In fact, that's why they moved the Thursday game to 8 o'clock, because the Tigers play at 6. It's going to be a tough game. And oh, by the way, the Penguins most likely, or at least somewhat likely, will go to rookie Joel Blomqvist in net. Blomqvist had a bit of a sketchy preseason. He looked good in one game, not so good in two others. That's going to be the Penguins' situation on Thursday night. So let's get to a couple of the grades. I think these might be a little bit polarizing for you. The first one won't be. Rutger McGroarty, I gave him an A in the Pittsburgh Hockey Now report card. He really did keep up with everything, made some great plays in the offensive zone, dug pucks off the wall, distributed, got to good spots. The third line with Jesse Puljujärvi, Lars Eller, had a fantastic first period. They did everything but score. Now, here's the grade I think will be polarizing. I think a lot of fans thought Puljujärvi played really well. He was really good in the offensive zone for 3/4 of the first period, but the Rangers' second goal, actually both second goals, the one that was overturned and the official second goal, both hung on Puljujärvi and making mistakes on the back check, not getting there on the back check. Look, the Rangers know how to play the Penguins. If you noticed, the Rangers would swing a third stick high to attack the top of the Penguins' zone in the offense zone, leading to numbers in transition. You only do that, A, if you don't respect your opponent, or B, you know your goalie is going to stop everything. And the Rangers take full advantage of having Igor, walk this way, Shesterkin back there. By having Shesterkin in net, they can attack the points in the defensive zone and transition. They did that to the Penguins. But the Penguins, it's up to the Penguins, of course, to transition, to track back, to dig in a little deeper and get there. Puljujärvi got there, but then made mistakes on the track back, peeled off too soon on the official second goal, kind of exposing Ryan Graves to an either-or lose-lose choice, which, to no surprise, he lost. On the, I guess that was the overturned goal that he exposed Graves. On the other one, yeah, he just kind of went the wrong way in the defensive zone. So, you know, I took those into account when I graded Puljujärvi. I think a lot of us would like to see him succeed, like to see what, you know, his potential truly is, but he's going to have to play a little bit better defensively. Otherwise, he's going to have to score 30 goals or he's going to find himself in the press box. There were some other performances that, you know, you'd like to say Anthony Beauvillier played really well. It is jarring, don't get me wrong. It's jarring seeing number 72 on Sidney Crosby's line. Look, Beauvillier was quick. He got on the pucks. He had his nose over it in the offensive zone. He went to the net. He did play pretty well. Didn't finish one. And you would have liked to have seen O'Connor or Beauvillier finish one of those chances they had in the first period. Speaking of uneven, Drew O'Connor. We didn't give him a grade because his mistake in the first period was the turning point and probably the nail in the Penguins' coffin. If there can be one in the first period, it was that I don't necessarily, I've never seen O'Connor just kind of lose his cool and do something stupid like that. But he did in the first period Wednesday. Fluttering puck near the red line. The Penguins' top line is changing. Let it go. It's going to go into the Rangers zone. It's not going to, you know, it wasn't going to go far enough for icing. The, you know, next line comes on and we play on. But O'Connor just angrily, you know, slams the puck down to the other end of the ice. Icing call. Now the top line and that defensive pair can't change. I mean, look, nobody played the next minute well. All 5 players were exhausted. They're flopping. They're chasing the Rangers. The Rangers have them by the neck at this point. Uneven grade would be Tristan Jarry. He was flopping and diving with his team. That was that was interesting or just wrong, actually. In that moment, Jarry needed to stand tall, calm and poised and be the bedrock for his team. Instead, he was diving on shots that didn't even happen. He was as panicked as anybody, perhaps more so. That leads to the goal with 11 seconds to go in the first period. 3-0 Rangers lead. And at that point, the thermometer popped out of the turkey and it was over. All right, so do me a favor, like and subscribe this channel. We had Matt Geica, our old friend, doing the live postgame on Wednesday. Matt's going to chip in quite a few of those. I don't think he can do Thursday night, but he's going to do a lot of live postgames. So make sure to like and subscribe the channel, enable notifications, so when we are live, well, you get to participate. Because I always hear that, how can I participate? Well, you have to be part of the video. From PPG, I'm Dan Kingerski. I will see you Thursday from Little Caesars before I make the drive across the border to Toronto and then eventually Montreal. Boy, the Penguins put themselves in a rough spot, didn't they? If they come back home 0-3, something's going to give. I don't know what. I don't know what could give. Something would have to. All right, from the ice level here, I'm Dan Kingerski on the Pittsburgh Hockey Now and the National Hockey Now YouTube channel.